Great to be here. We're on the Duluth-Superior Harbor at the base of the Blatnick Bridge. I'm a fourth-generation Twin Ports resident. I deeply understand the importance of the bridge. It connects Duluth Superior community physically, financially, and spiritually, I think. My great-grandparents immigrated from Scandinavia to Superior in the 1800s. Great-grandpa Nikolai Nelson built a bakery about 2 blocks south of here, and my grandma remembered having to row across the bay when she was a teenager. So I founded Earthrider Brewery at the nexus of the Twin Ports in Superior, Wisconsin's North End neighborhood for a reason. Our brewing draws inspiration from Lake Superior and the people working on the ships, trains, trucks, and grain elevators right in our backyard. Many of our staff, suppliers, and customers live and work on either side of the St. Louis River Bay, so we commute daily across the High Bridge. Simply put, the bridge is critical to my business. The rebuilding of the bridge will be critical to my business's growth and the growth of the local economy. That matters to the people here. It matters to our future. I'm grateful to our elected federal and state officials, President Biden, for the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, and that's going to rebuild the Blatnick. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal for us. So please join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Thank you. You have a seat, take it. Hello, Wisconsin. From across the bay, hello, Minnesota. Tim, thank you for the introduction. I got to meet his twins and his wife, and no wonder he's here. I tell you what, they're going to keep him here. Look, I'm honored to be with the 2 best governors in America, in the United States of America today. Governor of Wisconsin, Tony Evers. Tony, stand up. And also the Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. And thanks to the outstanding senators, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin. Tammy's the one. And Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith from the state of Minnesota. If I have all 3 of them on my side, I don't worry about anything. And 2 great mayors, Mayor Payne of Superior, Wisconsin, and Mayor Reinert of Duluth, Minnesota. Stand up, guys. Folks, I'm here today to talk about something that doesn't get enough attention. The progress we're making to invest in America and American workers and American products. To invest in America, that's what we're doing. Bringing work, opportunity, and hope to the people and communities all across this country. Just last week, we saw the biggest jump in 30 years in how positive consumers are feeling about the economy. Things are finally beginning to sink in. We passed a lot of really good legislation. We knew it was going to take time for it to begin to take hold, but it's taken hold now and turning the economy around. We also just learned that America filed 16 million new business applications since I became president. That's a record. That's a record. And the reason I mention it, when someone files for new business, it's an example of hope, something they believe in. They believe that they can get something done, and a consequence. You know, and Tim's business right here is that act of hope as well. Started a while ago. And just today, we learned the economy of the United States grew by 3.1% last year. I don't want to bore you with all the detail, but, you know, the experts from the time I got elected were insisting that a recession was just around the corner. Every month there was going to be a recession. Well, you know, we've got really strong growth. Listen to this. Here's this morning's headlines from the Wall Street Journal and other papers. Quote, U.S. shatters expectations. Second headline, the U.S. economy boomed in 2023. Third, U.S. economy grew at a shocking pace. I love that shocking pace, Pete. But my favorites from the Wall Street Journal. Quote, what recession? Growth ended accelerating in 2023. Folks, look. And by the way, the economic growth is stronger than we had during the Trump administration. My predecessor recently said he was actually hoping for the economy to crash. His quote, hoping for the economy to crash. Can you believe it? Well, he said he's hoping because he hopes it happens soon while I'm still president. That's what he's hoping for. Well, thanks to the American people, America now has the strongest growth, the lowest inflation rate of any major economy in the world. It's because of you. We obviously have more work to do, but we're making real progress, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up and not the top down. I was raised in a household where we had 3 bedrooms. It was a nice home, 3-bedroom split level home and a new development of 40 homes in suburbia with four kids and a grandpa living with us. And but that trickle down economics didn't trickle down much on my dad's kitchen table. Because when we work from the middle out and the bottom up, the poor have a shot, the middle class does really well, and the wealthy still do well. But everybody gets a shot. We all do well. You know, as the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, just said today, and I quote, "The story of the middle class is not separate from the state of the economy. It's at the heart of it." You want to say, I mean workers across industries and occupations, from firefighters to nurses to factory workers. That's the middle class. At least that's where I come from. That's what it's all about. So I'm here to announce more progress that shows that we can get big things done in America. We start believing in ourselves again. We start investing in America again. Folks, look, our infrastructure used to be the best in the world, rated the best in the world. But over a period of time, we stopped investing in America. We stopped it. We stopped investing in ourselves. And we slipped. We're now ranked the 13th best infrastructure in the world. The United States of America, number 13 in the world. How in God's name can we have the strongest economy in the world if we don't have the strongest and best infrastructure in the world? It's not possible. So we're determined to turn that around. We were determined to turn that around in a big way. And that's actually what we're doing. 2 years ago, I came to Wisconsin, almost this very spot, to talk about the historic Bipartisan Infrastructure Law that I signed with the support of your elected officials. The most sweeping investment to rebuild America in American history. We've already invested $6.1 billion in Wisconsin so far. $5.7 billion in Minnesota. 2 years later, I came back to the Black Neck Bridge. I was here 2 years ago. The last time I was here, I came with Tammy, and we're now back this time because we knew this bridge needed a lot of work. Tammy didn't let me forget that either. You know, that bridge opened in 1961, and it connects Minnesota, Wisconsin, you know better than anyone in the world, and over the Lewis Bay. It's a vital link of our nation's economy. Every year, 950,000 trucks use the bridge to carry 3.4 billion tons of goods all the way across America and into Canada. Folks, every day, 33,000 vehicles cross that bridge. The flow of people is so critical to small businesses that rely on it to get customers, employers, goods to their businesses. It's critical. And local businesses like this brewery at the base of the bridge. Think what Tim just told us. Tim's family's been here for 4 generations. His great-grandparents moved here from Scandinavia to build a bakery just 4 blocks from here. And as Tim just said, the bridge is critical to his business, his workers, his customers, to the entire local economy. And it's like that in other parts of the country as well. This bridge is also critical to the largest port on the Great Lakes, serving critical industries like forestry, agriculture, clean energy, supporting so many communities. I mean, it really is consequential. But you also know this bridge is in badly corroded condition. It's unsafe for trucks to carry oversized, overweight loads, causing drivers lengthy detours, increasing costs and delays. It's outdated in design. Tight curves have led to higher than average car accident rates, traffic congestion. For decades, people talked about replacing this bridge, but it never got done until today. till today. I mean it. Because I'm proud to announce $1 billion from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law will be used to build this new bridge. A new bridge that will increase capacity for large trucks and oversized loads. A new bridge with a modern design, wider shoulders, smoother on and off ramp. A new bridge with a shared path for pedestrians and cyclists. And I want to credit your governors, and I mean it sincerely, and your state legislators for coming up with the matching money to invest in this bridge. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gotten done with your own funding. This investment is going to make a huge difference. Less traffic, fewer car accidents, faster commutes to your jobs and schools, quicker response times from fire trucks and first responders when every minute counts. Goods are going to get shipped quicker, and commerce will flow more freely instead of having to detour for up to 10 miles. Here's what else it means. It means that 10,000 new construction jobs, union jobs, are going to be created. We're investing in America, in jobs for American workers, built with American products. And that's going to, with the help of your congressional delegation, especially Senator Tammy Baldwin, we're making sure that that iron, that steel, that construction material to build this bridge is made in America. And this funding is part of a larger $5 billion investment led by the Department of Transportation for 37 major projects across America, including bridges, highways, ports, airports. To date, 40,000 infrastructure projects have been announced all across America. And with the support of these great governors and congressional delegation, we're doing other big things. For example, we're making sure every American, including all of you here, have access to affordable high-speed internet. I want to thank Amy for her leadership in this issue. She's been relentless. High-speed internet is essential to today's economy. It's as essential as electricity was when Franklin Roosevelt was president. Not a joke. That's why nearly a century ago, Franklin Roosevelt signed the Rural Electrification Act. I know this sounds like it doesn't matter, but it matters a great deal. He signed it to bring electricity to nearly every home and farm in America because it became essential, an essential part of the economic growth of the country, an essential way to access to modern life. And so is high-speed internet today. In Wisconsin and Minnesota, we're investing $2.5 billion, $2.5 billion in high-speed internet. And we're going to save more than 600,000 families in these two states up to $30 a month in internet bills. The household I came from, that matters. Those $30 at the end of the month bills will add up when you're living on a fixed salary. We're also investing $1.1 billion in your state to provide clean water and replace poisonous lead pipes. Every lead pipe's going to be taken out. You turn on your faucet and drink clean water without getting sick. You know, a recent study shows that reducing lead exposure for children has the same effect on a student's test scores as reducing the size of a class they're in from 22 to 15. 1/10 the cost it is. It matters. It affects the ability of the brain to function. That's why we're going to eliminate every single lead pipe in America, and I promise you that. We got the money to do it now. And that's on top of another $1 billion to clean up the Great Lakes, which provide drinking water for 20 million people. 20 million people. And by the way, it used to make the beer brewed here, it is used to make the beer here in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's coming. What we're doing in Wisconsin and Minnesota is just one piece of a much bigger story. Look, 14 million new jobs since I became president. 169 new jobs in Wisconsin. 200,000 in Minnesota. Nearly 800,000 new manufacturing jobs nationwide. Good-paying jobs. And employment has been the lowest, been below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. And it's even lower in Wisconsin and Minnesota, where it stands at 3.3 and